In general, RKON's been involved with private equity transactions for the better part of a decade. What the private equity firms found as we started working with them, the mistakes we were uncovering, was that our insight was much more valuable earlier in the process.
There's a very short and condensed time window to basically determine if you're going to spend a whole lot of money. So what tends to happen is you look at the biggest, most highly visible pieces. When you're focusing on those key systems, you're focused on the obvious pieces of those key systems, how they integrate with the business, how you're getting data from one system to the other. And typically, what we see and what we see all the time is that there's an underlying support system to those applications. If you don't give the same level of detail and attention to the aspects that support those applications, they have a tendency to delay the implementation or consolidation of those applications down the road.
So when RKON's been brought in early stage, what private equity firms and operating partners find is that the long term runs a lot smoother because we have the operational experience to know the outcomes of early decisions and early mistakes. Mistakes, doing things out of order, not understanding precedents, what's important, what's not important, all lead to blown timelines, blown costs, and ultimately they lead to value creation getting pushed way in the deal. And now that deal cycles are much shorter today than they have been in the past, there's a lot more emphasis in getting a good start. So a good start is everything.
Unlike a lot of the other players in this space, we're not a traditional management consultant firm. We're in it for the long haul. We own the outcome of the decisions that we make. When we're doing due diligence or we're doing putting together roadmaps, those are roadmaps that we actually have to own. 3 years from now, we will be owning the outcome of the assessments and the execution that we did during the transitional state.
We parallel our goals and our objectives to the same goals and objectives private equity has. There's a lot of work up front for maybe 8 to 10 deals that only results in one. There's no place to put those costs. We get that too. We're in it for the long haul, so it's very easy for us to be fee sensitive and flexible up front, sharing that risk so that as the deal turns into something real, that's when we enter in and get on the clock. And I think it makes it a lot easier. When they bring us in early stage, we shortcut their analysis process, their planning, we get them to value creation much quicker, and we keep IT quiet for the long run. IT becomes something that private equity can literally cross off their list. And that's why our close partners, we are part of their team. They call us, Q&A, questions, whatever it is, we become part of that deal before we're even on the clock. And they know we're gonna be there for the life cycle, so they trust our answers up front because we're gonna be accountable for the outcome.